When I saw the agitation, or I read in the newspapers, the agitation of the leaders of the non-academic unions, pressurizing government on their 2 months withheld salaries of 2022, or arising from the 2022 strike, I was caught to the heart that these are our leaders of the academic and non-academic staff unions of our federal universities are unrepentant on colluding with government to stall and bury the implementation of the 2009 agreement, bordering on welfare packages for federal universities workers, academic and non-academic. And since the implementation of the 2009 agreement was due in 2013, it has, and that was the first year, 2013 was the first year the fraudulent and academic allowance raised its ugly head. With the leaders of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, ASU, as the arrowhead of the fraud, to which the leaders of the non-academic unions keyed hook, line, and sinker, because they know what is in it for them: fraudulent and academic allowance. What has workers' unions leaders got to do with fellow workers and allowances, other than to fight for it if should government refuse to pay? But end allowances of workers that will be paid to the leaders of workers' unions and to be distributed arbitrarily by the leaders of the workers' unions. So, a clear-cut case of corruption and conspiracies of workers' unions leaders with government. Otherwise, what has workers' unions leaders got to do with the allowances of fellow workers? That they have to get the allowances from government, but it's because nobody's allowances were the workers' allowances were not calculated, but a lump sum bribe agreed between the leaders of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, ASU, with government to be paid in lieu of implementation of the 2009 agreement, due for implementation in 2013. And since 2013 till date, it has been the fraudulent and academic allowance to end every strike since 2013 till date. And now asking for 2 months withheld salaries of 2022. This is 2025. So how are 2 months withheld salaries more important than the implementation of the 2009 agreement? Bordering on welfare packages for federal universities workers, academic and non-academic. How is the fraudulent and academic allowance more beneficial to federal universities workers than the 2009 agreement, other than the leaders of the unions becoming multimillionaire upon getting the fraudulent and academic allowance? So this is the issue. And now government has paid the corrupt government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has paid another fraudulent and academic allowance. So, which is a clear case that whenever your leaders met with government, they conspire against you. So, you were not there, but you could see the outcome of their secret meetings that don't prioritize the 2009 agreement. You should prioritize end academic allowance. And they agree because from there, they also become multimillionaire, giving pittance to majority of the workers and something substantial to their cohorts. So we don't need to go to the oracle to ask what is happening between government and the workers' unions leaders. We have seen the result. We have been seeing the result since 2013 when the implementation of the 2009 agreement was due till date. So if in 2025 the leaders of the non-academic unions are not pressurizing government for the implementation of the 2009 agreement but for the withheld salaries, that means that is what they agree with government. After tete-a-tete and whatever follows or windfall from tete-a-tete to the chagrin of Federal Universities workers. This is where we find ourselves. So, and that is it. When the Boko Haram people tell you that this Western education is fraught with haram, it's indeed Boko Haram. So, the perpetrators of the haram are fighting them. And Nigerians think that it is because they wanted to Islamize Nigeria. What power have they to Islamize Nigeria? Are they the rulers of the land? Are they in control of Nigeria's armed forces? So you are using foreign religions and foreign education to shortchange Nigeria, to retrogress Nigeria, and creating ocean of poor people. And so you are expecting security, you are expecting peace for progress where there is no justice, where there is no propriety. So the pressurizing government for 2 months with red salary rather than 2009 agreement that will boost the pocket and morale of the workers' leadership. Africa and her leadership deficit also in Nigeria's university system. Yes, Nigeria may not be the only country, but that is the one I see. That's the one I'm experiencing, and it's affecting me as a federal university worker, with sympathy and empathy for fellow federal university workers.